Before I get into what happened yesterday at the Capitol building in the state of Utah, I want to say that I do respect and admire people who go to these meetings and they try and do what they can to influence the legislators and the government and everything else. So, it's commendable to be present. You're putting your time in, you're risking yourself too, because the police is there and they are, they're ready to conspire against your freedoms at any given moment, under the color of law. So, I do appreciate the people that show up and do something. I, in no means, want to diminish what they're doing, but I want to give you another angle so that you consider this, because we're in a dire situation. There was a whole bunch of people trying to support the bill HB 60 to be passed, and I have a few things to say about everything that happened, and just food for thought. I'm going to play the videos for you, or part of them, and show you what happened. So let's go right to it. Let's see right here. Okay. Let's go first to this video here. You can see.
Sir, put your stickers away.
Where do they need to go?
Just pull them up, put them someplace.
You want it?
So,
Yeah, why do you have the Ukraine flag on?
thank you. I'll take the other one too.
So, this man, Mike Brown, was approached by a representative from the Senate floor. His name is right here. Let's see. His name is Darrell Griggs. And they wanted to remove Mike because he had a sticker that had some words on it to support HB 60, which is supposed to, it's a law that they want to pass that we will be protected from vaccine passports in any place in Utah. They're not going to be required, which I don't understand why we're fighting for that. We already have the Constitution. So, this is about mass non-compliance, and it's not about lobbying the legislature and the government to pass a law that already exists in so many words. So anyways, this man, Darrell Griggs, comes to remove Mike from the room while they're in recess. They have declared a recess. And as you can see, he has his own political propaganda on his lapel. This is the flag of Ukraine, which, some people are, against Russia invading, and some people are like, hey, that's their business. And, they want to bring down the cabal, and they have all kinds of theories about that. I'm not going to get into it. It's not my business or my place, what they want to do over there. This issue with the lapel pin, as you can see it's right here. It's the flag of Ukraine. They are making a political statement with this. This is nothing that concerns us. It's really, it's a political statement is what it is. So, these scumbags, they can make a political statement, but you, the peon, cannot make a political statement with a sticker on your shirt. You cannot do that. We're going to fire, get you out of here, and abuse your rights. But they can, so, wake up. And really, there's a lot to do here, a lot that we need to be doing. So these people, they are deprivating a man under the color of law to participate in a process in the House floor, the House, which is the people's house. And they end up removing him from the meeting. So there's a couple of Utah Highway Patrol, out of all people. What are they doing at the house? This is crazy, but they're Highway Patrol, which is a private corporation, an entity, and they are trying to remove him from this meeting. and they end up finally removing him. And so, you know, there's a lot of people here that stand for Mike, and, you know, they're trying to protest what's happening. You can't remove him. You know, you're violating his rights. And, you know, there's many people that did stand up, but most of the people didn't. A lot of the people just sat on their butts and didn't do anything. A lot of people were recording, and but most everybody else was just sitting and letting this happen while these man's rights are violated. Now, you know what? I'm not saying we have to take up arms against these people. What I'm saying is, hey, we could have stood up and say, is everybody going to stay on their seat while this man's rights are being violated? And you know, that's basically what happened. So they end up removing Mike, and I think it's on this video. Let's see. And I'm going to put a link on the description of the this video below, so you can watch these videos yourself in its entirety. But here you can see from a different angle and perspective somebody else's video how Mike is trying to argue, you know, what am I doing wrong? You know, there's nothing wrong that I'm doing. This is my First Amendment. Why are you removing me from here? He did comply and took the sticker off his shirt, which, you know, I wouldn't have, but he did. He just wanted to stay there and not have any trouble, because being arrested, removed by authorities with guns is a very intimidating thing. So, you know, I'm not blaming Mike, but so here he is. You can see how now they're cuffing him, depriving him of his rights under the color of law, which is a criminal violation. And, you know, this lady seems to be a standout here. Just, she was yelling and screaming. You know, she didn't want this to happen, and she wanted to step up and have everybody step up to the plate, but, you know, nobody really did. So here's my other comment on this. Why are we going through this process with a criminal entity, which is the corporate government? Why are we putting up with this? Why are we lobbying them and begging them to defend our rights? You know, it is the duty of the free people to defend their neighbors' rights. That's why we have peoplesrights.org. As you can see, it says claim, use, and defend. And, you know, we call upon all of our neighbors here in Utah to stand up and help defend their neighbors' rights when they're called upon. We have the ability to text and email over 3,000 people across the state of Utah that are already registered in our website. And we can send them instant text or instant email and call them to defend somebody's rights whose rights are being violated by any government entity or institution, private or public. And, you know, with the mass non-compliance, it's the only way we're going to get rid of this. Plus, you know, we have to stop, you know, this is my opinion. And I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying, you know, your energies are better spent somewhere else, as opposed to going to the school board and, you know, trying to lobby them. I mean, you know, they're trying to pass a law here right now in Utah that says, you know, whether something is going to be taught in the schools or not. Since when did the legislators' job is to say what is going to be taught or what is not? I thought we had school boards that parents had control over to, you know, get that purpose accomplished. But, you know, what I'm telling you is that we have no power over the system. The system is corrupt. It's totally corrupt. You know, that you're fighting against millions or billions or even trillions of dollars. You know, this whole pandemic has been about fraud. It's been about a $5 trillion fraud. You know, here in Utah. And, you know, why are we asking these people to defend us? Why are we asking them to, you know, to pass laws that already exist in the Constitution? You know, you have to understand that there is the 10th Amendment is about nullifying. And who nullifies this? We. It's via civil disobedience. We have to spring up and be disobedient civilly. And I believe that the people here in this meeting could have, been civil disobedient and would have defended this man's right to stay in that room. We are in a dire situation with the government. And, I'm keep using the school as an example. We could be using our energies and resources to pool and be able to create our own education system outside of the contract with the state and the federal government. As you know, the federal government funds public schools. They fund education across the whole country. That was never the intention. It was designed so where the parents were going to have complete control over the education of their children, the curriculum and everything else. But, you know, they started infiltrating the system since they established it, since 1900. And they crept in and in and in until they now have full control of what is being taught, how it's being taught, what are the policies and everything else, and they could care less what your opinion is of it. They're moving forward with it. I took my son out of public school system when he was 12 years old, and he's now 21 years old. And, back then I had a meeting with Washington County School District, Larry Bergeson, who I'm going to say right now, and I hope you listen to this, Larry, you are corrupt. You don't care about the children. You only care about the money and your post. And now you are on the board of the Dixie State University, or whatever the hell they are calling that hellhole of a university that you're part of. And it's a total liberal hellhole. It's what it is. Like every other university, including BYU, which is church owned, and that's what they are. Is they're hellholes. I don't mean to offend you, or if you believe in all this, I'm just stating what my opinion is, and if you're offended, just move along. But this is the state of affairs that we have here in the state of Utah, and I'm just going to leave it there and not going to bore you anymore with this. But I do want to add something. We have resources here with people's rights where we may be able to call the bonds of these criminals, the highway patrol people that were involved in removing Mike from this meeting, this Driggs guy, or Griggs, I forget the name, and the rest of them that were involved in the conspiracy to deprive a man from his constitutional rights under the color of law. So with that, I'm going to end, and I hope you guys are living free and happy, and don't let up on the fight. This is the home of the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is not the land of the sheep and the home of the lame. Let's do something for our neighbors' rights and our own rights. Stand up. Thank you, guys. See you at the next one.